Hello. I'm hoping I've got my script fixed enough. And it was something that YouTube did on their end that basically blocked anything from pulling over like that. So worked on it all weekend, and at least I've got it partly working. Has to do with the API keys and all that kind of stuff. So at least it looks like it's pulling over. Dennis had Fanta Orange 39, Garrett Barks 36, VMC Fanta Orange 37, J.M. Thompson 7-Up Tropical Zero 38, Kelly Brown's fan Mountain Dew Cabo Tropical Citrus 38, New Marshall Dr. Pepper Cream Soda 36. So I don't know why it's doubling up everything, but that can be fixed later. I don't have the coin year guess fixed yet, so Garrett gets to keep his job. He's probably going so we'll see how everything ends up going. Because the biggest thing is the drinks and years. That is the most time consuming thing, whereas guessing the years, you have a handful and they're all together. So yeah, anyway, had my kids this weekend, so we spent some time together and hung out, and my daughter went to a sleepover on Friday night, and then they were doing arts and crafts stuff, so they had a second sleepover that second night. My son's starting football practice. And I think that's about it. We're hunting for, oh, sorry, something in my eye. Civ 5, I believe. Let me find it. Yep, Civ 5. Civ 5, I can't remember if you said, did you want the nickel, penny, the copper pack, or credit to your bank? I can't remember if you told me or not, so you can always get with me after the stream too, that's fine. Didn't say, okay. I was going to say, I didn't think you did, but I figured you'd probably get with me later on it. Because I do offer the option of, instead of one of the packs, you can get a credit in your bank. So that is a new option that I give on any of the other than No Frills. Well, at least I'm getting all the drinks, it looks like. Baywood, welcome. Seeing quite a few names in here from not too long ago. I think from Internationals raid. Michael Erickson sent a 100 for 2 jewels. Let's see, we got Jimmy Lucari, Michael Erickson, VMC, Maple Leaf, Jim Thompson, JC, KJ, VMC, Garrett, Jolly, Billy, Civ, Crafty, Baywood, Joseph, New Marshall. I'm sure I'm missing a few in here, but just kind of scrolling through. Vincent, Jojo. Did you get the code for that giveaway, Jojo? I think I sent that to you, but I don't think I've seen it come through. So if you have questions on that, let me know. At least I think it was you that had a win. Yeah, 727. You were the 150 like. Oh, Ella's mom's here. And that is my mom. And no, I am not Ella. You could think I'm Ella if you want, but okay. I just wanted to make sure because once in a while the codes don't work and things like that, so I just wanted to make sure you did get it. If code doesn't work, let me know and I'll get you a new one and fix that sort of thing. I see 25 likes. Ella Human Brother, yep. There you go. Exclamation GAW with no spaces. Vanessa's been a member for a month. Thank you, Vanessa. You can be a member for as little as 99 cents a month. I have 3 levels. You get 99 cents. You have a $2.99, which is a searcher. You get a sticker on that. And then a hunter level, which is $4.99. You get the sticker and a magnet. And searchers and hunters are automatically entered in the monthly giveaway. So I did do a post. If you're wondering about that, look through that and read the rules. Every month I do a monthly member giveaway. And on that, it's automatically searcher and hunter levels are entered. The other ways are either upgrading or there's alternative method of entries and that sort of thing. So all those rules are in the post. Thomas, welcome. Smoker. Tim. Exclamation GAW will get you in on the giveaway. That is either a code for $3.25 off my website, which is the cost of a regular copper round, or you can use it towards something else. The other thing you can do is what we call bank it. And the banking system, I just keep a spreadsheet of everybody, and if you hit 3 chili peppers, you get 50 cents into your bank. And if you win a giveaway, you can bank the $3.25 into your bank. Like if you're saving up for, 5-ounce round or something. So, got a few of those. And at any time, you can always email me and say, hey, what's my bank? I'll let you know. And then if you say, yeah, let me use, X dollars, I'll send you a code for X dollars. I was going to say there's lots of rounds. I think there's 60 or something regular copper rounds, like I can't remember. $25 or something of the colored rounds. Lots of 5-ounce, 10-ounce. Have a few of those. And I have the kilo of copper, the Mount Rushmore. Alright. Just entering that in. So. Alrighty, where are we at? 2 seconds left. We're going to pick a winner. Good luck. Mike Schleiz. Congratulations, Mike. You know what to do. Hey, Lyle. Welcome. I am going to do this just to make sure. Do sort by. Oh, Jim Thompson donated $20. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. It is very much appreciated. Well, it looks like my script may have stopped, so we will end the drink here and see if it actually did it. Ooh, yes it did. Okay. So, let me sort it and see. There's a couple that looks like it might not be complete. Let's see if I've got that. So, not sure why it duplicated that one. Ella's mom. Jojo. Fresco Black Cherry. Joseph Wells. 1916 it looks like. For some reason it didn't enter that in. Alright. Well, looks like we've got all those. Now let's sort it by the drink and see who won. There we go. We had 2 winners. That was Garrett and Michael Erickson. With barks. I don't ever use the can opener. But for those that don't know, and people have found this out because they didn't, this is your bottle opener. This is your can opener. So you slide it in and bend it up. So if you don't have nails, or you have long ones that you don't want to get cracked or whatever, that's a great way to do it. Yep. Since I remembered you wanted the one of my sister's boxes, so I do have one left of those. I think this one might be short. Well, I guess we'll find out. Yeah, well, let's find out. That little piece of paper won't make a difference, but we'll put it here. Regular looking roll. 7.05 ounces. 7.06. 6.7. Almost a full ounce shy. Yeah, I usually do, but I was using it for, I was mailing a couple packages, and needed to do that in ounces. So there's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I was shorted 10 cents, butt hooks. Well, there you go. It happens. Hopefully we'll find lots of good stuff. We've been finding good things in these boxes. Yeah, I usually do weighing of like coins and stuff in grams, but I had some packages that from Shopify and TikTok, and it's just easier to send those in ounces because the mail service goes by ounces. So I just didn't get a switch back. Although, when I have those very big packages, I use my big scale. They can go up to 50 pounds. And I've sent a few of those. Had, I think, 6 packages go out today. One of them was 3 10-ounce rounds that I had as part of an order, and I moved some stuff, and I was like, why are these already wrapped? And then I remembered, oh, I think those were supposed to go in that big package. So sure enough, I forgot to send them. So I stuck them in the mail. So I'm glad that at least the script is working. It's something that YouTube did that basically blocked like scrapers and stuff. So I had to go in and get the JSON file for the API thing. And then at least I was able to get it to semi-work. Like I said, the year guess thing is not working. So that's why I said Garrett gets to keep his job. So now it'll be a work in progress to get everything else built back the way I had it. I think most of that is just the simple programming, but I did notice that as I went to stop the guesses, it was given all kinds of, not error codes, but just random lines of stuff. Like I said, that is the biggest problem, is writing down all the drinks and years and keeping them straight. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. Well, at least we're on the board. Yeah, that could be a reason why I was having a more difficult time seeing it. My light wasn't there. It's a 2009. And let's get to this one. Yay, I didn't put a, whatever that semicolon is. There, that's a lot better. When I was married, I ended up getting some glasses, and about a year later I went into the eye doctor and they redid everything, and he goes, you don't need glasses anymore. I'm like, what? And he goes, yeah, you don't need glasses. And of course I don't like glasses. I said, well, then you need to tell my wife, because she's not going to believe me if I say it. So he said, yeah, he doesn't need glasses. Well, I still have them. And last night, no, Saturday night, I was trying to read some titles on the TV from across the room, and, you know, I was squinting and still couldn't see it, so I was like, I wonder. So I pulled them out, put them on, worked perfect. He said that it happens sometimes. It's not like often, but it does happen to where the eye corrects itself. And I've been divorced for 7 years now, and it's been pretty much fine until just recently. I can see up close, it's just the far away, like across the room and stuff, is, what's that, farsightedness, I guess? No, nearsightedness. I think nearsightedness is when you can't see far, and farsightedness is when you can't see near. but maybe after a year of wearing them again, maybe it might correct themselves. But yeah, the doctor said it can happen, it's just not often. Most people, they change their prescription, they don't get rid of their prescription. Yum. So, I'll probably need to go and get them looked at anyway, but at least I can see if I go to watch movie and TV or something, which I really haven't done lately. Because it's either been working on my website, working on YouTube stuff, like my script and things. So I haven't really been watching much TV or movies. So, gotta figure out something for the AFSP. Hey, Flatlander. That PA does. Last year, anything that was the $500 donor levels got a free nickel box or penny box hunt. But of course, they can't get pennies now, and I only have very few nickel boxes. And so I got to figure out what I want to do. I had a few ideas that I'm working on, and we'll see if those can work out. Two finds in this roll. 2024. Denver, of course. I was going to see if anybody had put the year, but I don't even remember what the year was. And if you're wondering, these are the years up there. It'll be 1938 to 1959. And you get one guess. If you decide you change your mind, just retract your comment and put your new one. Thank you, VMC. And Baywood got in because I haven't flipped it yet. 'Tis a 1959. I see at least 2 people with KJ and BMC. Let's see who else there might be. Let me get it on the board first. And Joseph Wells. Thank you, Garrett. Since I happened to see the 2 that they were still on my screen when I looked up, so. We're on roll 8, and we have 3 finds. Hopefully the box picks up. You never know, of course. We've had hot boxes to start and then cooled off. We've had cold boxes to start and then picked up. We've had some that have just been kind of consistent throughout. So it was whatever the machines happened to feel like that day. I've seen a ton of 1984s in this box so far. Hey, that's a nice 64 Denver. Hopefully that's a D over D, which I highly doubt because the nice ones never are. I have found one, but I would like to get a very nice one, like a gradable one. Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, I've gone in and had a whole handful of change before. Not just like all foreigns, but just American stuff. And so I just dumped them back in with mine, and I think it was mostly, you know, nickels and pennies, a few quarters and dimes and stuff. But I think it was about $2.50 worth. And that's a pretty good handful of free money. Well, I like how you're poking it and you're like, they are sticky and nasty. If anything, those coins were very lickable. We don't have many public coin machine things like that. Like, they're not in grocery stores and things. So the banks have theirs, but they're like in back. And then the credit union has the big one. And like I said, someone's like, yeah, they got a new one. And I said, no, they didn't. They said, yeah, it's a new one. I said, no, it's not. I said, I've been dumping coins in there for a couple of years, and trust me, it is not a new one. I was like, I know that they needed to service it, but it is not a new one. I said, I can almost 100% guarantee. I said, the screen needs fixing again, because it blacked out on me, and I thought, oh, crap. I thought the machine had shut down, but it didn't. I was like, oh, maybe I'm wrong. They were insistent. And it's like, I know. I go in there weekly almost. And it's the same machine. 10 rolls down. Nice. Yuck. Oh, 63 Philly. I know. Hopefully it has some good stuff here, because I don't like boxes like this. Because at this rate, it would be, if you stay on par with 3 finds, that would be a total of 15 finds. And to me, that is a slower box. So the email went out for the new monthly special. If you haven't signed up to get the email on my website, I always send out the new specials and stuff that way. But this month it's every $25 before shipping and after any discounts, like if you use a bank or stuff. It is an entry into one of 3 prizes. First prize is one of the Yep, it's got a year. Come on, focus. There we go. So these are the 3 prizes. First prize is a 5-gram colorized eagle silver. That's first prize. Second prize is a glow-in-the-dark dark machine of time. And third prize is a 1/10 ounce silver. I had another one I was going to give, but then it was sold before I could take one of them off the website. So I was like, So I went into mine and found one of my 1/10 that I've had, and figured, okay, that'll work. Is there a mint mark on it? I didn't notice. It doesn't look like it. I'll finish these ones and then we'll flip it. And VMC was reading my mind. It is a dated buffalo, if it'll focus. Let's do this. It's having a hard time. Looks like a 28. Let's say, at first I thought it was a 6, but I think it's a 28. Doesn't say Dan, Billy both say 28, Civ says 28. Yeah, we're going to call it 28. So we will say a 28 Buffalo. I'm going to get it on the board and then we'll see who won. Jojo. So, I think you probably know, but if you're the only one that gets the guess correctly, and you get twice the entries or a double prize. So if you win and you choose the X2 option, you get double the prize. If you go with just the default, that is 2 entries on the wheel instead of 1. So if you want an X2, just in the chat, put an X2. Hopefully I'll see it. But otherwise, I just put the default. So you get twice the chances of winning. Who was, I think, VMC did the X2 and ended up winning that silver proof Ultra Cameo 70 graded dime. Twice the chance. Okay. That's what I've got. And that is at the end of the night. As I know you've been here a few times at least. But that's at the end of the night. I do that at the end of the nickel part. So that way if I do decide to hunt some quarters or something, people don't have to stick around because it gets late. And so that is one that you don't have to be here for. Hey, Perry Martin. You just do have to still email me and say, hey, I won. I'd either like a code or I'd like it banked or whatever. But I do that because not everybody can stick around for 3 or 4 hours or whatever. Especially when back east it's a couple hours later. I'm in mountains, so it's only 6:11 right now. And when it runs till 8:30 or 9 for the nickel part, if we find lots of things, you know, that's 10:30 or 11. Even later for BH, he's clear up in the northeast Canada. Or, yeah, northeast, the eastern part of Canada. I don't think you'd consider it northeast Canada, but hey, it's in the very east part. So he's even further ahead. Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's an hour more than East Coast, so. Oh, yeah, I forgot that was even up there. Thank you, VMC. So that's why I have mods to keep me on track. Because I would have just ignored it because I forgot. But it is a 1958, so one of the later years that we pull out. But in 1958, there we go. Hey, Hike and Tackle, BH and Kelly. All right. Let me get that on board. Close chili peppers, but not quite. You should have points. If you don't, we can give you some. Myself or a mod. I usually start people out with 1 to 2 million, depending on how active they're playing. If they're playing a lot, then I give them about 2 million. If they just do it once in a while, then usually 1 million works. You can always do exclamation points, and it will tell you how many points you have. And if you have under 1 million, mod will add some. Points are free, they don't cost anything. Baywood. Need some points. Baywood only has 587. I'll go in here in just a second and add some. Unless the mod beats me. Let's see. Loyalty. You added them. All right. Thank you. Jimmy has added them. YouTube coin channels. Well, I went into the one bank and one of the tellers, well, my credit union, one of the tellers was like, "Hey, there's the famous YouTuber guy." I'm kind of like looking around, and then I realized she means me. And there was a couple kids there, and she goes, "This guy does YouTube. He's famous." They're like, "Yeah, he's Cheese's dad." My son's nickname is Cheese. It was one of those that just kind of talking with him when I was picking up coins and stuff and asking what I do, and so I was telling him. I was like, I'm kind of small. I've only got like 4,000 subs, and I'm not like huge. I was like, I can't quit my day job. But it was funny. Hey, there's that famous YouTube guy. And it was so funny because I literally looked around like, who's she talking about? And then I'm like, duh. It's weird. There was one of those was a P, and at first it looked like an F. I tell them there's channels with, you know, hundreds of thousands and way bigger. Frankfurt mint. Maybe it was a fake. Bigger and not better. That can be true. Like I've always said, I try to keep it kind of laid back and fun. Well, the slots are saving me money tonight. Oh, yeah, that's what it was. It accidentally messed up. Why is it blurry? There. I think that's about better. Come on, focus. Focus. There we go. It accidentally bumped my stuff up there, and now I've got to get it set back up right, but it's not quite exactly where I had it, but close enough. Oh, that reminds me. Jim needs to go on the wheel a couple times. Because he did 20 bucks. It is greatly appreciated. Still need to come up with more emojis, but I keep just not having time. Oh, Billy sent a membership, and that went to Natty Stackin'. So I try to put people's names on the wheel if they super chat or donate. That is the way Jim did it, was off the tip line. And the tip line doesn't go through YouTube, so it's just the processing fees, which are way less than 30%. Hey, Fleabag, Bucon. Welcome. Yeah, because they just take the regular, because it goes through PayPal, so it's 3.49% plus 49-cent transaction fee. So if it's like a $10 chat, it turns out to be about 10%. But if it's 20, it's like 8% or something. It turns out to be, I can't remember. But I have it because some people don't want to give YouTube extra money. Some people don't like using it and they want to go through PayPal or Cash App or Venmo. What's weird is I thought I would get more Venmo transactions when I first started than anything, because around here everybody just Venmos each other. But I would say, and I thought Cash App wouldn't have been hardly any, but before I got my website up, I would say probably half of my transactions were Cash App and the other half PayPal with a random one here and there, like a Venmo or something. But I also make it so that anybody can do it and not limit them to just one thing. Let me check my thermostat here. Here we go. For some reason it's sitting here at 72 degrees and it's been running the entire time and it's not cooling down, so I turned it from 70 down to 68 and we'll see if that helps drop it. Could just be because it's too blasted hot out. See, that's where I have it right now. It's 98 degrees right now. Which is probably why it's struggling. Well, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 10 rolls. But we at least got the buffalo. I feel the last half will be a better box, but see, it could be me, Civ, because I just randomly grabbed one of my sister's boxes. I didn't even just do eeny, meeny, miny, mo, because I just stacked them when I put them in. But it's one of those that, if it's a slow box, even if we do have a buffalo, I try to make it up somehow. If it's like almost a good box, sometimes I'll throw a V or a couple buffaloes or something in. If it's a very bad box, I definitely do something to sweeten it. That's one thing I don't like, is the humidities. I don't like stepping outside and feeling like I just got into the shower with my clothes on. What is the humidity inside? It says it somewhere. I can't remember where, though. And I've been back east to like Virginia and stuff in the middle of summer, and like for Scout Jamboree, and that was like that's the only way I can describe it, is you have to make that sound and kind of shudder and shake your body at the same time. Yes, I'm crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those that, growing up in Wyoming and going to, Utah and Arizona and stuff like that, it's a very dry heat, which is like, amen. I mean, saunas are great, but not to live in. Thank you, BMC. Come across quite a few 64 Phillies, which is uncommon. Usually they're Denvers. We've got a 41. 1941. It's a new one for the board. VMC and KJ. And BH2. Okay, now we'll get BH on that too. That's why once I can get my script completely fixed, which with all the stuff I want it to do, I'm thinking it'll end up having to be kind of like its own thing and not just a script. But if that's the case, I'll have to do some serious programming, which I am not a programmer, so probably won't happen with everything I want it to do. Let me just go check something outside on my aircon. Yeah, it's blowing. But when I go out the back door, it's cool in that room, so it's just this room, I guess. Maybe the box is hot and we just don't know it. Yeah, I had my script working pretty good until it was the very end of July, and it was confirmed that they had messed with it. But they turned it off, turned it so that, I can't remember the exact thing, but it was like bots and stuff that scrape chats and things. They basically made it a lot harder. So I think now that I've got the ability to connect back into it, because what would happen is I would put the channel URL, the stream, and it would say that channel ID is not found. So after kind of researching it, because I was like, there's no reason it should just break. And that's when, doing Google and stuff, I found out that they had messed with it, which is why it was not having the ability to read it. So like I said, I had to go in and do some APIs, I think. And then I had to get a JSON file. Is that like 3 in a row? No, just 2 in a row, it looks like. The other one was the 64. Alright, let's see which one was first. It was that one. Oops. There's number 1. And then we have a second one right there. Those were back to back. They were buddies. Halfway through the box, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, which means we're on pace for 16, which means we've been better because we were on pace for 15, and then it was down, then it's back up. It's like a roller coaster. Yeah, it'll be 38 through 59, so if you want to guess again real quick, Tim, you're welcome to. And I'm going to switch that out. There's the new one. We'll put Tim in at 58 on that. The one I just pulled off was a 59. But it was weird because at work I was like pouring sweat, so maybe I'm just having hot flashes. Oh, Baywood. Times 2. All right. Hey, Todd Kendrick. So Baywood, I'm sure you're aware, but if you get an X2 option, because you were the only one that won, the default is you get your name on the wheel 2 times. If you want to gamble, you can do an X2 option, so it's your name 1 time with an X2. X2 gives you double the prize, so instead of a $3.25 for a round, you would have a coupon for $6.50, or you can put it in your bank and do that. It's kind of covered in a little bit of grease, so I had to kind of wipe it off. Wipe it off. On wheel 2 times? Okay. Some people gamble, some don't. Nothing wrong with it. But yeah, I do that, and then, like I said, we also have the bank, so anything you win, if you hit 3 chili peppers, you also get 50 cents in your bank. And that bank is, thank you, VMC, able to be used for anything on my store, for regular copper round, or save up for gold or silver or whatever. Ooh, that's another 59. Is that 59, a 59, a 58, and a 59? So we've had 3 59s and a 58. 50, change that to 4. Yeah, someone will probably throw a lickable in. That is one of the emojis for members. Either there's a lot of 59s, or there we go, Vanessa times 2. Again, default is 2 names, so unless you throw an X2 in the chat, you just have the 2 names. Billy had a 59. It's probably one of those where it was kind of off to the side or something. Yeah, you did have. That's weird. Yeah, we'll put you on there too. So I threw you on there twice. Doesn't say I do have it on live chat also. I know sometimes I forget to change it, but yeah, it's not a big deal. All I do is just fix it. So for any of you who bought stuff last month, I have added that 10% to your bank, because everything you bought on my website last month was a 10% store credit that I add to your bank. So some of you added to your bank that you already had. The one for this month, with the every $25 before taxes and after any like store credits, that is only applied to dadhuntscoins.com. It does not apply to TikTok, whatnot, Any like eBay, I don't have anything on eBay right now, but any of those other platforms that I have, those are not eligible for it. I did go in and sync my whatnot to my Shopify. Haven't had any on those yet, but I have had quite a few off of TikTok. I think I've had 11 orders since I synced it in like the middle of June off of TikTok. What's funny is, oh, Smoker. And Smoker, you are not on the thing already, so let me add you in. Stupid thing. There we go. Oh, we have a coin up there. I forgot about that. I was gonna say, I think we're probably good on that. This time it's a 57, so we've got a 57, a 58, a 59, a 59, a 59. So a 57. Quitching. Thomas, Wells, and Beach. Need to figure out something like I said, with super chats and tip line and stuff, I put people's names on the wheel. But with the jewel things, it's kind of harder because jewels turn into rubies. So every 2 jewels equal 1 ruby, and every ruby equals 1 penny. So if you do a 2 jewel gift, that's like 1 penny. Wouldn't be fair to put everybody on that puts penny, because then they'll put it on 52 times or something. So maybe if they do like a bigger jewel one. That's the only thing I can really think of. Yeah, that's why I haven't done it yet, because it's like, what do I set? Oh, Vanessa hit 3 chilies. Let me add 50 cents to your bank. I know you're already on there. So I'll have to think about how I do that, but we have another find. We now have 11 finds through 29 rolls. But it's always a progression of always changing things as YouTube changes things. And thank you, VMC. BH sent a gold coin for 10 jewels. Thank you, BH. And this one is a 1946. 46. 46. 46. 42. Stupid thing. Google is also doing this stupid thing where it keeps making me confirm myself. And I think it's because of the API key or whatever it is. Making sure someone hasn't like got a hold of it or something. It's like if I'm in the middle of a live stream, no one's going to get a hold of it, you stupid idiot. Crafty Callie and Garrett. So hopefully I could find a way around that without having to verify myself a dozen times a night. Because just to start the stream, I ended up having to verify, I think it was 4 different times. One when I opened up YouTube, one when I clicked the whatchamacallit thing. Another one when I clicked start. Another one is when I connected to the Your Drink Guesser GUI. It made me confirm then also. Thank you, VMC. $58, another 50s. So we have a 57, a 58, a 58, a 59, 59, 59. There we go. VMC and my guess. Alrighty. But I guess it's better to be verifying every however long than not, and someone can get a hold of it and KJ. Okay. Phone is dying. Oh no. Well, if we end up not seeing you, we'll know that you just ended up and leave and get mad at us. And see, I had thought it was Streamlabs that had screwed it up because it was right after they updated, and it was probably because YouTube had to update. So because YouTube updated, they probably had to update their thing, which is why I thought it was Streamlabs. Garrett's special tutu instead of a cape. Here I come to save the day. It's Tutu Man in the tight undies. And when they get dirty, he turns them inside out. Then you only have to do half the laundry. And if you really don't want to do laundry, then you turn them around and use the back as the front. And then you turn them inside out. Oh, that would be gross. I just want to look at something and see. Yeah, I thought it was a 4. Superhero skate park. Well, I know it's not one that you would normally like say, ooh. But it is a 24. Actually, I'll do 2.5. Thank you, VMC. I'm going to switch it out with this one. And Jolly's in there. He's good. This is for the new one. One I just took off. What do you know? Another 59. Yes, it's a 9, not a 0. I'm pretty sure. But sometimes I make myself doubt. See? 9. I know, but compare these two, and that one's pretty good. Thank you, Yukon, Thomas, KJ, VMC, Billy, Vanessa, and Callie. Yikes. Well, thank you, VMC. Michael's good. About a 41. We've had two 41s tonight. Four 59s, I think. Joseph and Callie. Thank you, Captain Skidmark. Good question. No. Oh, that was a 46. No, that 41 was nothing. The other one was an S. Yep. So 41 and a 41S, or a 41P and a 41S. Good catch. I guess that's one time you do not want a superhero to show up. Hi, everybody. I'm Captain Skidmark. I love you, you love me. I am brown and slippery. Someone was probably tuning in right then going, what the hell? Does that so you know how to find your way home? They smell you coming from a mile away. That's why you can't ever find the bad guys. Crap, literally. It's Captain Skidmark. See, not everybody will know that this is a crazy channel sometimes. Nice uncirculated 69 Philly. My 1 inch is rough no more. Nice. Exactly. Some people are welcome to the asylum whether they want to or not. I guess you're a lucky one if you get committed to the asylum. You do have to make sure you're able to accept memberships. So if you've wondered why you have never been given a membership on any channel, it's good because you have not been having them turned on. Can't remember how you do it. Someone in here probably knows. It seems like you go to the bottom, like where the money sign is or something, and hit 3 dots, or I don't know. I can't remember. I turned mine on long time ago in a land far away. Royal flush, yes. And we have another one out of that roll. So we have one up and one on deck. Well, it's cooled down a degree. It does feel a little cooler now. So in half a roll we have 2 finds. Thank you, BMC. Number 2 is going up. Now this one, unfortunately, has a mint mark of a Denver. Because it's a 55. When I saw the 55, I was like, please, 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 please. No. 55 Denver. But hey, it's not a 58. I can't drive 55. Jolly, Garrett, Vanessa, Siv, Joseph, and Michael Rose. Ah. Thank you, Garrett, and thank you, VMC. And I didn't look at see if there was a mint mark. I'm sure someone did. But it's a 1949. Is it an S? Nope, it's Denver. Oh, and I forgot there was another one that I pulled out of this roll. So let's throw that one up there. Flea at 48. I was like, why is that one sitting there? And I forgot I put it down there because that one was up there. And the logo that I've remade is not quite finished, but I put it up there just to kind of show what it's similar to. I don't know if I have. Why isn't it? Nope. Weird. Well, I'll have to see where it is. Thank you, VMC. $19.58. Just a few of those tonight. Come on. Focus. Thank you. My. KJ. Crafty. Michael Rose. VMC. James Barron. Hey, welcome, James. And Mike S. And maple. MLN. Trying to remember the name. There's someone that had said, "Hey, I'm going to be your new account rep," and the name was something, looked Indian, I should say. Red dot, not feather. But the last name was like Pooji or something. It was like Poojy, and every time I look at it, I kept thinking it said Pooey. Well, we got a foreign. So this is one time that you can guess any year. Oh, I thought I put that camera on. There we go. So every time I saw that email, I was like, oh, I've got Pooji, or Pooey. And then I have to go, no, it's Pooji, or Poohey, or however. $38 rolls down, 12 more to go. Thank you, BMC. It's a beaver! Of course. It's a fuzzy beaver. Maybe the stupid camera needs some glasses. 1993. The foreign on the board. Well, Garrett has to... Oh, JoJo? Wow. 1983. 8-3. Or 93, sorry. JoJo times 2. I'm assuming you'll take the two names again. Gotcha. As always, 2 names is default. But once anyway, BH. I was wondering if the slots were going to even work tonight, because it was so nothing going on. Roll 40. See, the box was heating up there towards a little bit towards the end, and we've had chili peppers kick in. We got 37 likes. Felt like we weren't even going to get 50, but you never know. We do have 37 people watching. That was more than at the beginning. Beginning, we only had like 23 or something. We have 38 viewers and 37 likes. That means someone might not have liked. You don't have to. But if you do like and subscribe, I appreciate it. It's just a click of a button. As Dan Hurd would say, and I hope to earn your subscription. Ten rolls left. Let's pull them out of the box. We had a roll, what was it, the other night, that it was like double wrapped. There was like 2 wrappers joined. Well, it took us however long, I don't know, 6 months from when Garrett sent that 1 ounce silver to give it away, and that happened with the raid. We ended up gaining 100 members were donated that night. And there was, I think, $40 in super chats. Hey, Joseph hit, I was going to say 4 chili peppers, 3 chili peppers. Well, this lot's heating up, and we have what, 1, 5, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and a half finds. I know, technically it's 19, I'm just being funny. But yeah, that was a crazy raid, because all the donated memberships, and I know a few of them that came in have been coming once in a while, so I guess it's only been a few streams, so I guess it's once in a while is all it is. But hey, I appreciate it. I didn't know that you had to have redirect turned on, otherwise people can't send you there or something. It was one of those, it was like, I had turned it on when I first saw it. It's like, why wouldn't, you know, if someone wants to redirect their people to you, why not? But there are channels that have not set that up, so they can't get rated. They can if someone just gives their direct channel link, but oops. Thank you, VMC. I'll finish this one up and then we'll take it off. We'll let Flea back in because I hadn't even got it focused yet. And if you can read that while it's unfocused, then there we go. 1958. Another 50s. Oops. Not 910. Sorry, that isn't the way that works. It was a 50. I know I always have to look closely too, because a lot of times those fives look like Maple, Yukon, Civ, JC, Jim, and Michael Rose. Alrighty. Meow. Bloop. Bloop. I was going to say, tonight's been the 58s and 59s. That's why we're having so many names, is because people have caught on. Sometimes my boxes tend to go that way. It's like you find one, and then you find another, and then it's like, and then you find like 6 more that night. I know I recap it at the end and go through them, but we have 58, 55, 59, 59, 58, 59, 59, 58, 58, 57. So we have 4 58s and 4 59s. Most of those rounds I've got are now on the website. A few of them have already been bought. So there was only one of them. Actually, there's only one on many of them. Sometimes 2. But a few of them I added on that I only had one of, I've already sold. So those that check it more often because they're looking for interesting things have a better chance of finding them. I should put a new arrival section, kind of like the way I have my 5 and 10 ounce and kilo and the big copper or whatever it is. I do have a few others coming. A couple of them are not cheap. Haven't had anybody contact me about selling any of it, like having a bunch that they want to sell to me. Where's that at? Let me see. Michael Rose, 3 chilies. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. There we go, Michael Rose. After my processing fees and everything, I make about 15%, depending on the exact round. Some of them I make more on, some I don't. Which isn't horrible. I mean, some things are obviously more expensive because they're a higher like a premium copper, like the Geigers. I did get some 5 ounce and also a 10 ounce Geiger. And at the end of the stream, if you want to see anything like up close or anything, we can do that. Once in a while we do some during the stream, but yeah, 4 more rolls. 4 rolls to go. What are we at? 1, 4, 5, 15, 19, 20. So we at least beat the average we were starting with. Thank you, VMC. I'll take it down here in a second. But you have another 2024. This one's not all beat up. Whoops. Let me set these down. Not throw them down. It's because they get stuck to my hand. Alright. Go back to here. Who would have guessed? Another 59. I can say Garrett's probably having to put about 52 names in. Just Callie? Wow. That's crazy. So, Kelly, you're on there twice, unless you tell me X2, but default is 2 names. Was it the credit union had a couple that were asking about collections and stuff, and I was like, well, I mean, I'll always take a look at it and kind of go through and tell you what you have, and you know, if I don't know prices, I'll look them up for you and tell you if something's common or if it's something special. And then it gives you a spot to kind of figure out if you want to sell it or keep it or whatever. I said I would obviously offer you what I would give you. You know, I'd tell you truthfully what you have, and then would be able to work something out. Someone said, hey, AG, hi, AG, hey. Didn't see you pop in, but there you go. Those Love Thy Farmers, I did get both of those in, and they're both on the website. That's one of the new ones I got in. I got another Labor Day. Hey, Callie Brown, got 3 chilies. But they took down all my info, and I said the easiest way is texting, but you know, if you call, just leave a message if I don't answer. I was like, because sometimes if I'm streaming or something, I don't answer the phone unless it's kids or mom or something. Oh, cool. Yeah, there's been 2 people, and neither of them have contacted me back. Because I tell them, I said, you know, I'm not a professional coin person, or you know, have a shop or anything. I do it for fun. I do hunting on my channel, but you know, I know enough to look at something and go, oh, that's something you want to take a closer look at. And I said, I have a microscope, I can bring that. I was like, and I would show you values if I don't know like what a value is or something, where I would get them. But we'll see. But how about another guessing? Last roll. Last night when I was testing the script, once I finally got it to go, I had to make a live stream. So I did a private one and did stuff, tested it, did stuff, tested it. So that's how I knew the thing was working, because it was pulling over the names and stuff. I was like, sweet. Thank you, VMC. Perfect timing. It is not a 58 or 59. It's a 46. So we got 1, 6, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23 finds. Ended up being a lot better than we thought. Now let's scope some of this. Jojo and Joseph. Your name has to start with the J-O to be a winner in that round. VMC got 3 chili peppers. Man. This is a 63 Philly, so we're looking for the triple die reverse, more commonly known as a TDR. Never found one. 64 Denvers, you're looking for a D over D. Can also be called a repunched mint mark, or RPM, and not revolutions per minute. Here's that nicer one, which I really doubt will be one. Nope. Finding ones that are clear as day is hard, but usually sometimes there's one that's like, maybe that could be. That's obviously damage, but it's like if you look at it and go, and then you look at it again, then you're not quite sure. In those cases, I err on the side of caution and send it to the person. Well, we had a 93 foreign. We had 3.5 2024s. Yes, that's a 2024. That's why I call it a half, even though it's 4. But a 2009, not in great condition either. '59, '59, '59, '59, '59, '58, '58, '58, '58, '57, '55. '49, '46, '46, '41, '41. And when we put it under the scope, we figured that's a 28. Because like this, you'd think is a 6, but it's a 28. So we got a 28 Buffalo. 40s is 5. 50s is 11. 09, 1, 24, 3.5. And a foreign. Oh. And also, that's the one that I had forgot to send you, that war nickel. Because there was the 2 that you needed, but I only had the 1. And then I forgot to include it last time, so. So there you go. Got war nickel, and then all your finds. And then I'll get with you later on. Yep, I got his peppers. Yeah, because you had the 39 or 38 and 39, I think it was, and I had that, or on the war nickels I had the 1, but I didn't have the 2. Let's see. The oldest of the year was. While we're doing that, let's do. End of streaming a wheel. Oldest of the year, let's sort it by the year. It was a 28, so a 34 would be 6 off, and 26 would be 2 off. So Jojo. You get your name on the wheel for having the oldest coin guess being the closest. Congratulations. Exclamation GAW will get you on the wheel. I'm going to wash my hands real quick. Oh, okay. Lyle got 3 chilies. Glad you guys were paying attention while I was gone. Lyle. I'm not seeing Lyle on my thing, so we'll get you put in. So Lyle Komodo, you now have 50 cents in your bank. Holy cow. We have 37 people with banks. No, 36 people with banks. And a total bank of $249.26. Yikes. Hey. Nothing wrong with that. Get the mic on there. So exclamation GAW will get you on. Not thinking we'll hit the 50 likes, but you never know. Let's go to box hunts. We had how many? 6, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So $1.15. Yeah, off of TikTok, it was actually, I guess, about the beginning of June, I synced it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 orders. Not bad. And then I also had one come from shop.com. One of the orders I got that came through my Shopify was directed there by ChatGPT. I bought a pack of uncirculated BEP pack of $2 bills, and it had said ChatGPT was the source of that. I was like, interesting. Oh, the time ended, so I'm reopening it. I don't know if it actually ended or not because it was just sitting there not doing anything. So it'll give you about 30 seconds to get in exclamation GAW. I was like, hey, if ChatGPT says, hey, go to this guy to buy your stuff, okay, I'm not going to fight it. All right, exclamation GAW, the last chances to get in if you want it. Fisher, welcome. Don't know if you were in here earlier, but I don't get to watch chat the entire time, so. We've got 35 people in. Joseph, you're already on there, so we're going to close it. This is for the end of stream part. Mike Schleiz is not eligible because he's already won a GA. Hey, it's Civ 5's box. And it's Civ 5 win. Now we'll do this. Go to here. Go to there. Get rid of all the extras. We have 103 names. We're going to shuffle, and when DHC gets to the top, we will click. Maple Leaf. Emmeline. And we're going to do this. Make it. Okay. $103 minus 2. And we'll minus that one. Now it should be on there again. Think yours as well? Okay. And I don't know if you told me earlier or not, Mike, but right now I haven't seen it, so this will be for a little bit of a special one. Not super special, but JC. We're going with wheel 2, and I'll show you what you won. You had 2 names. So JC, guess I'll give you the option actually. You can bank it, or a $quarter copper round. The Ascension Islands, quarter-ounce copper, $quarter, 2025, with the pirate ship. So it's up to you if you want that. I'll send it. If you want it banked, you're welcome to. And I'll throw it in a flip also for you. You want it? All right. Figured you would want it. Jim Thompson donated 20 bucks, and we had like 100 names on there for a about 2.5 hour stream. Like I said, I always do the end of stream part at the end of the nickels. That way, if I do. So this $quarter, this flip is supposed to be for, I think it's like the like Sacagaweas or something. You love boats and have 3. Sweet. So it's a pirate ship. Well, I shouldn't say pirate ship, but it's, when I see it, it reminds me of a pirate ship. But I was given a few of those. I figure, I was going to say, I really doubted you were going to bank it, but someone might. We're going to call it Wheel 2. And that can probably just go in a regular envelope. I don't even think I'll need non-machinable on that one. Let me get your guys' banked. The let's see, the wheel was Maple Leaf. And that one is to be colored in blue. And Mike slides and a Civ 5. You banked it, and you banked it. I'll have to fill that in a minute. Yes, I'm talking to myself. Let's see, Civ 5, find yours. You got a decent bank going on. Maple Leaf. You got yours banked now. Alrighty. And make slice. Okay, got it. Is there any of those rounds you guys want to look at that is on my site? I'll pull it up and show you the newer ones I got. I got one of these in, the Arrival. Got the Dark Angel in. So this is the Arrival. I'll make it big so you can see it. This is the Dark Angel. That one might be sold. I'll have to let you know. But dog's playing poker. Sounds good, AG. Got my 5-ounce Geiger. I got my 10-ounce Geiger. Got the Yosemite Natural Wonders. Mother Nature. I call it the Skull and Octopus with Sunken Pirate Ship and Treasure, because I have no idea what it's actually called. I know, not the best pictures, but I got Medusa. And I've got Love Thy Farmer. I think those were the new 5-ounce ones I've got. This one was not too long ago. I got that one in. It's Greed. I got a few more of these and those. The penguins, turtles, beavers, the knight. But this one I just got in, and that's 6 of them. But that's my new things. Here's my monthly special. Like I said, you can get $25 every entry through Dad Hunt's Coins. Prize number 1, number 2, and number 3. And working backwards, number 3, a 1/10 ounce silver. Number 2, don't know if it will show up on here, but probably not. I'm sure if I went like put it on the light and charge it a bit. You can kind of see it a little bit on camera, but yeah, that is basically what it is time machine. And then a 5-gram painted golden eagle, well, colorized I should say. So those are the 3 prizes that will be for this month. Oh, and I did get my colorized Bitcoin in, and my prospector. There are some that I can get more tubes of, so if you want an entire tube, let me know and I can get you a better deal. I did have one person from Australia, of all places, buy 28 of my rounds. That was quite crazy, I guess. They bought 10 of my Walking Liberty colorized ones, 10 of my Indian Head scent, just regular copper, and 8 of the St. Gaudens Eagle. When I saw it, it was like, wait, what? But yes, those Australians are great. It was a pretty penny to ship it, even with the export rate. The export rate prices had gone up. I do it through pirate ship, but it was still, I think it was $23 to ship it. But like I said, the international rates, now it goes up to 20 pounds. Before it only went up to 4 pounds. But now that they rose the rates, they've also risen the weight that they'll allow. So I can now send international packages up to 10 pounds or 20 pounds with the simple export rate. So most people aren't buying 20 pounds. I think the heaviest box I've sent was 7. And that was a kilo. It was supposed to have 10-ounce rounds. It had a bunch of other stuff. So yeah. Yeah. If you want to do it that way, or I can always exchange information if you're good with giving that out. These ones were one of the latest ones, colorized ones I got in. "2026, 250 years of whooping ass." This is the modern side and the red coat side. They were a little more, but can't edit to get mine. I think you meant white. Oh, yep, there you go. I'm like, can't edit. I'm like, well. Yeah, I can always pass the information back and again. I was gonna say, because I thought you guys had talked about it, but maybe not. This is another one of the latest ones I got in. Loch Ness Monster. I had a 5-ounce and a 1-ounce that I ended up selling together. But I'm not sure if I want to hunt something or just gonna hang out. Oh, I did get my stackable Scottsdale Eagles. You can see that they're kind of indented because they stack in together. That goes along with my Scottsdale Lions. Still got lots of Eagles. Oh, I had someone from, I think it was like Michigan or somewhere up there. They bought all of my Canadian 1-ounce copper rounds. So I was like, oh, they didn't buy my colored ones, just my regular 1-ounce. So I was like, okay. I think they found that one on TikTok. No, that was straight through my website. But yeah. Thank you to Jim Thompson again for the $20 super chat. Or tip, I guess I should say. Let's see if there was a message with it. Yep. Shipping time. And that is correct. I do appreciate that. It does help out a lot. I do have a TikTok order I have to fill. What's crazy is the TikTok, I just turned on my sync settings, and like I said, I've gotten 11 orders in 2 months. I'll take it. I've had one guy buy 5 times with like 13 items total, and he's returned 3, and there's another 2 being returned, so he's returned 5, which I'm not quite sure how you do that, but I think he was buying it and then not being able to sell it like he was thinking or something, but whatever. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5 times. Yeah, I bet. But yeah. Since I still have to get the one ready to ship tonight, but a lot of my silver has been bought. Those 10th ounces I think I'm completely out of, and then the quarter ounces I've sold, I think, half of those. And silver has just been hovering at the same level it has been. But yeah, I just checked my thing, and the indoor temperature is now down to 70 instead of 72. Still feels about 100. I did find the 2 quarters, that last quarter box I hunted. It was those ones. And in one of those boxes of halves that weren't searched, I did find 2 of those. So they are in the area. Well, in circulation, I should say. I've also found 2 2026 dimes. The only ones I don't have any of are the nickels. But that's because I give them all away. Any other fun stuff did I get? Yeah, I was surprised when I found those halves, and then I found the quarters. I was like, whoa, what? I did get 5 of these in. It's the Morgan copper bar. Oh, excuse me. Oh, man. I'm allergic to copper, I guess. But there you go. I am getting some other stuff in. I'm getting those bald eagle ones. I'm getting 3 different dragons. They weren't cheap. I'm getting a vixen bar. It's like a witch or siren or something. I'm getting a one of those kind of like the Phoenix that I had the other night with the 2 coins in the Infinity capsule. Only this one is Spider-Man and Venom, and there's 2 different kinds. So it's basically kind of like a set of 2. I don't know if I want to list them separately or if I should list them as a set. That's what I'm not sure. Maybe as a set and have them a little bit cheaper than if they were separate. I'm also getting a couple dragon, some of those cool 2 coin things that 2024 lunar dragons. Getting a few of those. One of them is coming with, I think they're called Bad Bunnies or something. I think they're a little more risque. I haven't seen them, but they threw them in included with them. I was like, man, okay. But that's what the back said, was Bad Bunnies. And I've seen some like that before that have scantily clad pinup type things. Let's see, what else am I getting? I try to get a lot of smattering of stuff that people like. Yeah, Bullion Baddie. Not Bad Bunny, Bullion Baddie. Vixen, Lunar Dragon, 2 different Spider-Man Venom. I'm getting 2, I think they're 308 2-ounce copper bullets. Anything else that I'm getting? Some of the stuff is just kind of random things that you get a kind of a random lot. It's like, here's a bunch of stuff. And it's like, well, okay. I did get some of these I'll hopefully be able to pick up. I've already got that. I'll be getting another Indian head penny. I've already got the Kraken. I've got the 1794. These are 5 ounce. 5 ounce airplane. A 250th. Another 10 ounce ones of those. A few of these, July 4th, 2026. He offered me more of these. I've already got a bunch of these. And then he has other tubes of stuff. Like I said, I can get a pretty good deal on them if you want a whole entire thing. Let's see, what was this one? Oh, I've already got those. Um, yeah. So if there's anything you're particularly looking at, and I come across it, I can save it for you as first dibs, if you'd like. So if you're saying, hey, if you find a purple Easter bunny with a trident fork riding a tractor pulling a barrel of monkeys, and I come across something like that or similar, as long as it's a deal, I'm not going to spend $100 on it or something if it's like that. But that copper shell casing, I think it's a 308. It didn't show the end, and they are circulated, so they're not brand new. But I can write that down. I think I can show you. This is the Spider-Man Venom combo. So this is one set, and that's the other set. Here we go. I believe they're 2 ounces. The pig flying a tractor or whatever else. It was a purple bunny with a trident riding a tractor pulling a barrel full of monkeys. There's that one, and then I've got a couple of those. And then that's actually a 1 ounce, it says. That's the siren or whatever. I've already got one of those. Any other stuff I'm getting? I know I showed this one to you, but this is the bald eagle one. And let's see. This is one of the dragons I'm getting. That's another dragon. And that's the other one. And that's the back of those. So that's the back. That's one of them. I like this one. The guy is does not make them. He gets them. He's not like, usually you have to be a big dealer. You're going to have to buy like 100 of one item. Most people don't want to buy 100 5-ounce rounds of the exact same kind. Writing that down for you, Garrett. So he's kind of an in-between. He has people that he knows, kind of works with, that sometimes they'll have 3 or 4 or something left of one item, or sometimes there'll be 6 or 7 left of one item, and they're one of those that they'll just say, I've got a batch for you, and he doesn't get to choose anything. He just kind of gets them, and then he turns around and sells them. Usually he sells them on like eBay and stuff. But he's kind of a middleman, so I get him for a pretty decent price. Cheaper than eBay. But not as cheap as if I was a dealer. Because I'd looked into it, but yeah, usually you have to buy like 100. And then you have to buy so many lots also. So it's not just buy 100 of that. It's like you have to buy 100 of this, 100 of that, 100 of this. And number one, I don't have that kind of money. Because even if you get them wholesale, like huge lots like that, if you're buying 500 or something, you can get them for like $12, but usually you can get them like 15 or something like that. Yeah, the hot sauce. That's what that is. It's not my own, but they put my label on their bottle. They make it and put my label on it. It's good hot sauce. Too sweet for me, but I still use it. I've got 1, 2, 3. Let me see. I've got 6 bottles left. So I don't want to order a new batch until I either sell out or down to like 1 or something. I know I've kind of thought about the DHC rounds, but that's the other thing, is if you make rounds, you have the dies and everything, and you end up having to get like 100 minimum. I was looking at maybe doing a challenge coin type thing. And as a fallback, I can always do some kind of poker chip like AG has. But yeah. We'll see. Because challenge coins aren't as expensive, but they're not just copper. Yeah, I've always thought the wooden nickels would kind of be cool, but I haven't looked much into that. Right now, I've just kind of like got things floating around in my head that would be cool, but I know a lot of that stuff is, like I said, kind of prohibitive on cost. Like, I know Rob makes those 1 ounce customized channel silver rounds, but of course he has to sell them for like 3 times what you normally would. But yeah, I'm almost out of nickel flips. I've got 3 left. So I pulled out the I think it's the Sacagawea type size. I mean, it's not too much bigger. I mean, you can see it's not like super huge. And I've got a ton of those, so it's like, I'll use those. I think these are the small dollars, which I think they mean the like Sacagawea, Susan B's, that sort of thing. Hey, Silverman. But yeah, that's about it. I've was calculating how much I've spent on rounds, copper, since I started live streaming. Way too much. way too much. But it's building up inventory that I'll still be able to sell. And if I have to wholesale and get rid of a huge ton lot of it, and I break even and even lose a few bucks, oh well. Oh, that's right. That was... See, Argent Appeal has his poker chips too. What did he get? 658, 659, or 6869. Oh, okay. Four, 6, 5, 8. There we go. $19.01, 4658, 59, and 60 is what the guy bought, along with one of those and Cleveland. And 1, 2, and 3. When I sell the singles like these, I do put them in top loaders. Yeah, I think some of it depends on who's working those banks. And, you know, some people, they just don't care. They're like, I'm just here to work. So that is the latest order, and that came off of TikTok. And those will fit perfect in here. So you get to see a little bit of behind the scenes of me packing someone's order. Exclusive footage. That's right. And this is for a Chad on TikTok. I don't think I'll need any padding because it's just, you know, it's all protected anyway. I wish I had one a little bit smaller. I wonder if I do. Let me look. Will it fit? That's what she said. Now will I think a 4x6 label will fit on that. That will work a lot better. I had someone use this as packing on one of my orders, and I'm like, what? Okay. Sometimes I'll throw a little piece of tape on the part that pops open if it's not the most stickiest. Peppers mussel shell. Bake. Congratulations. See, then this is why I have it in ounces on this one right now. 4.05, which means I'm going to put 4.1, which doesn't matter because everything up to 15.9 is the same price now. this one goes through TikTok. How much credit total? You have Muscle Shell. You have $2. So we'll go to ounces and we'll do 4.1. Hey, you've won 4 times on slots. There you go. It is now done. See, that way you won't see customer's info, but it fits perfect. There you go. Then I'll throw it in my outgoing mail at work tomorrow. And then the post office picks it up. And I don't have to worry about going to the post office. Yeah, it's the wins are 50 cents. So if you have $2, it means you add 4 wins. And people can always give it to other people and type thing. Like if they have 1 win and they're not ever going to use it, they can be like, yo, give it to, Bob. So do a nonprofit. So that is what I do to make a shipment. And yesterday I made 6. 2 of them I had to use my boxes because there was lots of stuff. And 4 of them were my 6x9s. So anyway, that's about it. Thanks for hanging out, and you can always email me anytime and ask what your bank is. Or you can always do it through chat if you're fine with that. So, you're welcome, David. Wasn't the fanciest box tonight, but still had 23 finds, so not too bad. But at least we know that the drink gear works, so that helps. But I think we'll call it. I'm kind of tired. I will see you guys Thursday. Right now, I don't have anybody paid for or anything, I think. So I think right now they're all open. But I've got one of my sister boxes left. I've got 6 of mine left, and I'll probably be picking up a few Wednesday, hopefully. It's nice to finally get a little bit of a stock in. So until then, we'll see ya. Appreciate all of you guys, and you guys have a good night.